Tuesday night and Wednesday. Hurricane Danny in the south central Atlantic is expecting to remain south of 20 north as it moves across the northeast calibrated. Does anybody need a fill on the Bahamas report? As we continue, this is N4NVI with the Maritime Net. This is a synopsis for the Caribbean Sea and tropical North Atlantic. 7 north to 19 north between 5 west to 64 west. And the synopsis reads, a tropical wave across the southwest Caribbean.
This is the HP3586B selective level meter, they call it, but it's basically a HF receiver.
Danny is forecast.
It covers
tonight.
It covers 50 hertz to 32 megahertz.
West northwest across the Leeward Islands on Monday.
And it does that in 1/10 of a hertz steps.
And along the north coast of Hispaniola Tuesday night, with remnants near the Windward Passage that Wednesday evening.
As you see,
Fresh to strong trades will continue to
of course this tune's a little bit slow,
South America through early Monday.
So I mostly put it at 100 hertz steps.
West across the tropical North Atlantic waters on Tuesday and Wednesday.
That tune's a little bit better. Their radio, well, it's not a radio, it's a receiver, I guess. It can do lower sideband, upper sideband. It has a 3100 hertz filter, a 400 hertz filter, and a 20 hertz filter.
Tropical North Atlantic from 50 north to 19 north between 5 west.
It can measure absolute signal strength. As you can see,
it looks like it's,
I now have this station at about minus 100 dBm. So this is an equipment with a real S-meter, if you want to call it that. It is not some take a guess meter. This equipment is capable of measuring exact power levels at
well, now we'll continue with
as low as minus 130 dBm. Works quite well.
Lima, November 5, Gulf, off the back side of the antenna, had you at about a 5-1-51-5-1, over.
This one has the phase jitter option installed. Allows you to measure phase noise and phase jitter on an oscillator. I'll show you the inside of the unit. It's built very professionally, as everything from HP, of course. So let's take off the cover and have a look. This is the inside. It's completely modular built. All modules are interconnected with SMA and SMC. This is the controller section. The power supply resides in the back. You can't really see that. Everything is modular and built like a tank. As you can see, these are all plug-in modules that you can take out. This is the frequency reference. So this is basically a measurement receiver. Very accurate receiver. Can measure frequency, can measure input power levels, phase jitter. It can do that for different impedances. I have one of those converters that allows me to plug it into my ham antenna. It's 75 ohms, but it's not a big deal. That only, I think, is a 1 dB or 1.5 dB mismatch to 50 ohms. So you can correct for that in the reading, because it's a constant shift in the readout. Very interesting piece of equipment, and like I said, I can tune like a ordinary receiver. Can also do 1 kHz steps if you want to go even faster. Frequency step 1 kHz. Not too much going on today. Basically, it's a direct digital synthesizer and fractional end synthesizer to make those small steps. There is a built-in speaker. I have it running at a computer speaker right now, but there is a built-in speaker. But the my converter is a bit bad, but the computer speaker works quite well. Sounds pretty good. The most professional receiver you will ever own. Step size 1 kHz. Upper sideband, lower sideband. Step size 1 kHz.
Está pendiente a los animales y vete hasta las 7 y pico no sale hoy. Small coil of wire, and what happens is as those spins go by that thing, it creates a small electrical charge, and that's what triggers it. It's very, very simple thing.
Let's see if we can get something on other bands.
I've
40 meters.
heard you're yes, station's working great there. Good morning, 7-3 to you. Thank you, Daniel, WB4KJB. Okay, sorry, business service, Scott. I forgot to throw in your ticket number of 0887. Thanks, Scott. Next time I listen to Mike Lima, November Foxtrot Affirmative.
List on television is pretty good, and I'm putting it to NVI.
I got an extremely high noise level at 40 meters, as you can see. Minus 93 dBm, just noise. So I lose about 30 dB of sensitivity, 20-30 dB, just because of the noise that I receive here. That's of course the nice thing about this receiver, that you actually can do exact measurements in terms of the received signal strength. This is not one of those, you know, take a guess as meters. This instrument is measuring real power levels at the antenna input, even at very low values. Looks quite well. Let's look at the broadcast band. I can measure the carrier. What I do is I press carrier, then I press counter, and as you can see, I can see the exact frequency the broadcast transmitter is transmitting at. We're at 1700 kilohertz and 18.9 hertz. So this transmitter is a little bit too high in frequency. And I can go back to the actual center frequency again. Now it's trying to measure the sideband. That obviously doesn't work. Now we're back on the dial. Let's do 10 kilohertz steps. Step 10 kilohertz. Got a lot of lightning in the air.
Dishwasher. This is not a good time to turn on the dishwasher.
Renee's tankless water heaters, on the other hand, work this way.
I'm throwing in a little.
Let's measure the frequency of this station.
In the shower.
Renee's innovative.
This one is better. This one is 0.4 hertz in error, 999.6. So we're 4/10 of a hertz of frequency. Much better. I guess the other one came from Cuba. Back to
www.renee.us.
sideband. We can select upper sideband or lower sideband. Obviously sounds identical. Frequency for this guy. This one is 1.2 hertz in error. Not bad.
Extra point.
Sorry about the lightning crashes. We are in Florida after all. Let's listen at the 6 megahertz shortwave. Here we'll have to do 5 kilohertz steps. Let's check his frequency. 16.2, 15.7 hertz error. Now great. Let's go to the 9 megahertz band. Let's look at that frequency. Nine point 9.4 hertz too high. Well, frequency step 1 kilohertz. Then we're back on 20 meters again. CC works pretty good.
I'm just northwest of Houston. Sorry that I couldn't get back to you to get you relayed in here, but Tom's a little on the busy side. Steve, if you go hour the negative for you there, go ahead. No, well, right here, 15 degrees for maximum temperature, 65, and it's going to be a gorgeous day up here, so 7. Mobile. Nice sounding mobile unit. You're above the noise on that last one. This is whiskey.
All right, let's test the accuracy of the instrument by going to WWV which would be 15 megahertz, probably where we have the best propagation. All I have to do is go to 15 megahertz and then check the carrier accuracy by using the counter. Alright, let's test the frequency accuracy of the instrument. We'll do that by going to 15 megahertz WWV, and then we just select the carrier of that signal and turn on the counter. Should be 15 exact, and every deviation from that is the actual error. Okay, 15 megahertz. There we go. Now we have to go to carrier, 20 hertz, and then we turn on the counter. And what you see now is the accuracy of the instrument. This is 1/10 of a hertz, this is hertz, this is 10 hertz, 100 hertz, kilohertz, and so on. As you see, the signal jumps a little bit. It has to do, of course, with the propagation, but also with the fact that the ionosphere is moving away and coming closer again. So you basically see the Doppler in the signal here. That's why it varies a little bit. But I would say on average the accuracy of the instrument at this frequency is about 5/10 of a hertz, maybe even better. Varies a little bit between 15 round and 14.9999. So we're looking pretty good. Of course, I do the measurement at 20 hertz to get rid of the AM modulation that's also on that signal. Maybe we can hear that if I go back to... Yeah, you can hear it. Lower sideband, upper sideband. So the accuracy is very good, as you would expect from HP. Alright, that's basically it. The HP3586B selective level meter, a full-fledged measurement receiver, covers 50 Hz to 32 megahertz, upper sideband, lower sideband, and 3 different filters, 3100 Hz, 400 Hz, and 20 Hz. Has the optional phase noise measurement option installed, and a very useful piece of equipment for anyone that likes SF radio. Thank you for watching this video.